Save as a new creation is a useful feature which lets you export elements from other creations. You can work on that element separately, stamp it into other creations and share it in the Dreamiverse. To save as a new creation, first select the object you want to save. If it's made from more than one object or includes gadgets, you'll need to group them all first. Select Save as a new creation in the context menu and give your new element a category and name. This creates a special kind of remix which is linked to the original creation. If the Save as a new creation button is greyed out, that means you don't have the necessary editing rights for the selected element. This may be because it contains private work by another player. Once the element is saved, it will be returned to the master scene. Now, if you select that element, you'll be given the option to edit source. Ooh, saucy! If you select the button, you'll first be prompted to save the original. Once saved, a new scene will open containing the selected element. With newly exported elements, it's a good idea to check they're aligned to the grid and have a sensible grab point. Watch the video How to Tidy Elements to find out more about this. When editing a source element, you can use the Options menu to quickly return to the previous scene. But changes to the source element won't automatically appear in the master scene. Instead, you'll see a notification in the Modes menu on the Update Mode button. The number shows you how many elements in the scene have updates available. Update Mode shows all the elements that are contained in the current scene. Elements that have updates available are marked with a star. You can choose to manually update these elements or set them to auto-update. When set to auto-update, the scene will import the latest version of that element whenever you edit the master scene. If there are several instances of an element in your scene, they will all be updated. But changes made to an element in the master scene cannot be pushed down into the source element. When updating source elements, always check that the update hasn't messed up anything in the scene. For example, changes to the scale or orientation could completely change the look of the element. To confirm the updates, you just need to quick save or save a new version of the creation. If you want to release an element you've saved as a new creation, there are a few important things to bear in mind. Elements saved as a new creation are remixes, and their release options are linked to the creation they came from. For example, you can't release as public if the original is unreleased, privately released, or only playable. If you are the full owner of both creations, then you'll have full control over the release options. But if you're a collaborator on the original, then your saving and releasing options may be limited by what the owner has set for that creation. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Media Molecule channel for more helpful how-tos and much more. And don't forget, you can also access all this in the game by visiting the Dreams Workshop.